Good morning, everyone. My name is Serena Polverino, Content Manager at AppsBuilder. A warm welcome to all of you to this webinar dedicated to apps user experience. So together we'll take a look today at the latest trends in the mobile market, and we're also going to see together some tips to improve your app's usability in order to offer your app users an enhanced mobile experience. If you are already familiar with our with AppsBuilder's webinar, well, then you probably know that we usually have an hashtag for each webinar. For today's webinar, the hashtag is UX Tips for Apps. So if you feel like reaching out to us during the webinar, you can either use the live chat that you find on the right-hand side of your screen, or you can use this hashtag and tweet us on our Twitter profile. On the other side of the screen, there's my colleague Chiara, and she will be happy to provide you with extra resources to find out more about the topics that we are going to cover in this webinar, and also to reply to all of your questions. Anyway, don't worry, because this webinar is being recorded and it will be emailed to each one of you at the end of this session. So if you need to leave earlier before the end of the webinar, or if you just need some extra time, to go through some of the features that we'll see together in this webinar, don't worry, because as of tomorrow morning you will have the chance to go through the recording of this webinar. Okay. So luckily for you today, I'm not alone, and here with me there's Agata Koff, our product user experience designer here at AppsBuilder. Agata is also behind all our custom app projects, plus a few top secret projects. I can't really say too much about that right now, but jokes aside, she also supports me with all the content marketing projects on our blog and social profiles. Agata, thank you very much for joining us in this webinar.
Thank you. Thank you for your introduction, and hello everybody. So yes, for many years I've been working on product design projects, and I was trying to turn user experience into something fun and engaging. So today I will assist you in this webinar and walk you guys through some of the design features that we have recently implemented in our dashboard, and I think you will like it a lot.
Thank you very much, Agatha, and I particularly appreciate you joining us today, because I know that you had quite a tough week with a little bit of a sore throat. So mind you, she doesn't usually have such a sexy voice, and so it's just a present, a special gift for you today for this webinar.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So I'm sure that you all read about our recently implemented features in our latest newsletter. So without further ado, let's get this started. I want to give you a very quick, well, actually, okay. I want to give you a very quick introduction about our webinar today, some of the topics that we're going to see together in today's webinar. So we're going to look at some of the latest trends in the mobile market, and also a couple of forecasts for 2014 about the most popular trends in the mobile industry and what to expect from this industry. Then, of course, Agata is going to share with us some tips to improve your app's usability and offer your users a more satisfying mobile experience. And then, of course, we're going to have a complete walkthrough to show you how to make the most of our new tablet layout features. And particularly, I will show you how to create an app landing page, because of course after optimizing your application, and so for smartphone and tablet, of course you want to spread the word about your app and show the world how beautiful your app looks like. And so I'm going to show you how to set up an app landing page to increase your application's popularity. And finally, in the final part of this webinar, we will host a special Q&A session where you can put forward all of your questions about user experience and about your app development projects to Agata and to myself, of course, and we'll do our best to answer as many questions as possible. Okay, let's kick things off with some figures to better understand the role that mobile technologies play in our daily lives. So nowadays we know that tablets and smartphones are more popular than desktops, and the number of mobile phone subscribers is expected to even outgrow the world's population by the end of 2014. So if you take a look at this data that is offered by the U.S. Census Bureau, you can see that we have amazing figures in terms of mobile penetration rates. We now have over 100% mobile penetration rate in North America and an amazing 129% of mobile penetration rate in Western Europe. So with such figures in mind, it's no surprising at all why mobile is seen as a hot topic for many businesses. And this is also the reason why more and more enterprises are trying to integrate mobile in their marketing strategy. Because this is a crucial key to play in global marketing operations. And so that's my first takeaway for you today. Integrate mobile in your marketing strategy and product development to secure a better positioning in global marketing operations. So throughout this webinar, I have prepared quite a few takeaway slides. And in each one of them, you will find a special tip under 140 characters, which sums up the most important things we have been discussing together in this webinar. So, like I said, it's under 140 characters. So, and it also has attached the hashtag for this webinar. So, if you think that there is something worth about it, please feel free to retweet this. This is something very useful for all of us here at AppsBuilder, because when we see that certain bits of information gets retweeted quite a lot, we understand that there is something that we need to research about. There is something that you are interested in, and so we need to do more research about it. All right. So I was saying that mobile is one of the greatest revolutions of our times. And just like many other great revolutions in the past, the mobile revolution has carried along a whole new mindset. And that's the reason why we often read that mobile is not just a device, it's a way of thinking. And well, if it is a way of thinking, we also have to think that different devices are connected to different mindsets, to different ways of thinking. So also different needs and different moods. So this means that when you are planning your mobile strategy, you should definitely forget about that old one-size-fits-all approach that, unfortunately, I have to say, far too many businesses continue to use. Instead, what we think you should do is start using a different voice for each device. And I guess this is particularly true when it comes to smartphone and tablet. You know, it's not just a matter of screen sizes. The two devices bring along different mindsets and consumer needs. And that's the reason why I want to take a look today with you at some statistics about the usage of smartphone and tablets. So, well, first of all, if we take a look at this graph, that is based on some data that we got from Flurry Analytics, we can notice a difference in the usage by hour between the two devices. So smartphones, as we can see, are preferred for accessing utility contents on the go throughout the day. So we can see that they are mostly used from, let's say, 7 a.m. and roughly 6 or 7 p.m. And I'm sure that you all can relate to such a data. This is absolutely true for me, and I guess that it is true also for Agatha as well, and for many of you. But when it comes to tablets, well, tablets are by definition lean-back devices. So they are mostly used at home and in the evening. And actually, you can see that there is a clear peak in the usage of tablet between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. in the evening. So if we also consider the location where tablets are used, we can hardly define tablets as mobile devices at all. We said they are lean-back devices, so they are mostly used when chilling out on couch or maybe in bed. And again, I want to show you some data about the frequency of top tablet activities. So as you can see from these Flurry statistics, smartphones are used to access utilities, we said. So basically, they are used to check quick information, such as checking locations, looking up business phone numbers, checking prices. On the other hand, tablets are preferred for prolonged activities and even, I'd say, more relaxing activities. So usually, when people are using tablets, they are more likely to dedicate time to themselves, to their free time. Maybe they want to plan a holiday, they want to check out some products that they are going to buy. Maybe they want to buy a gift, I don't know, for Valentine's Day maybe, or they want to search some super deals. So As you can see from the graph, when it comes to accessing utilities, smartphone is the first choice. But when it comes to chilling out, to doing something for yourself, well then tablet is the best option. And finally, let's take a look at this few statistics about some forecasts, actually some mobile stats for 2014. So we can see that 13% of US tablet owners use their device to find online coupons. So mobile coupons are great, are really great for tablet owners. And the worldwide spending on tablets has increased by 32% in 2013. And finally, tablets accounted for 14% of time spent shopping online in the first quarter of 2013. So once again, I'll never get tired to repeat that. Purchasing or redeeming coupons and tablets are a great and explosive mix together. And that's precisely the type of information that every business should be aware of when devising a mobile strategy. All right, I want to leave you with, before passing the word to Agatha, I want to leave you with my second takeaway for you today.
Hello.
And my second takeaway for you today is the smartphone versus tablet. So different users bring along different needs and expectations, and app design should be able to satisfy them. So I guess that you agree with me, Agatha. So
Yes.
I'll leave the word to you.
Okay, so yes, I absolutely agree, and this is exactly why we decided to improve our design features by implementing tablet layouts in our dashboards. So yes, and this is true that certain operating system performs scaling and resizing to make your application work on different screens.
Yes.
So yeah, and however, if you really want to maximize user experience, you must design a specific user interface for different screen configurations. So
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's this. This is the only way your users will believe that your application was actually designed for their devices rather than just simply stretched to fit their screen. So yeah, I have the takeaway for you guys also, and this is the takeaway number 3. Yeah. So this is maximize UX by designing a specific UI for different screen configurations. Dedicated design versus stretched to fit design.
Yeah, I particularly like this one because I think that this is probably the problem that most enterprises face when dealing with building a mobile presence. You know, they just think, okay, I have to build a mobile presence, I'll just create an application and that's it. Now, you have to be aware that there are several devices on the market, and especially when it comes to smartphone and tablets, you know, you have to create something specific, not just cross your fingers and hope that the image will stretch to fit the device. So can you show us something about these new features that we have recently implemented in our platform?
Yes, of course. And first I have to go to our dashboard, and okay, so the first you have to go to your look and feel section here, and then you can see that the new link was has been added, and this is the tablet view. I'm already here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got 3 sections for the tablet, so we can work on settings for the home layout, for internal pages, and then some extra options, and you'll tell us more about that.
Yeah, so as you can see at the moment there is no tablet preview. So we are working on a great solution for that, so just stay tuned, okay?
Okay, right.
Yeah. So in the meantime, you can use the web app to check your changes and see what your app looks like, and you can do it right here.
Okay.
So I have already opened my my preview here. So okay, let's start with the navigation menu.
Or another option, sorry Agatha, if you could click again on the preview app button. I just want to show our users that another option, of course, is that you can, just like Agatha said, you can use the the web app, or if you want, you can just test your application right on your devices, on your tablet, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go back to home layout. And okay, as you can see, there are 7 types of navigations menu here. So I will show you some of them.
Okay.
But I will start with the standard one, and standard is the basic grid for all the pages in the app, and I think we're all familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is the left and right list. You can choose the alignment here. So this is a really great solution if you'd like to have more space on your home page, or if you have the even number of your pages in your app. So I have 6 pages, so maybe I will show you how does it look like. Okay, so this is, I chosen the left list. I have to say save changes. Okay. Okay, and it looks like this. Okay, so you can basically choose between right or left alignment.
And rightly, you were saying that this is a very good option, of course, if you have an even number of pages. But yeah, it might be a good idea also if you want to have a special image to display on the background. And okay, yeah, to just align all the pages.
Well, no, we don't have the image background yet. So
yeah, but
no,
this is just to keep in mind, you know, for future implementation that I'm sure
exactly.
are on our roadmap. Yeah.
Okay, so the next 3 navigations, we call it creative because suggested by this name, this is the really fun idea to create a navigation menu. So this is a really fresh approach, and this is the stairs and the chessboard and starting grid. So I will choose the stairs, which you could see earlier. It looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the chessboard, and I will show the chessboard also. Okay, so now this required two more links here and here, but it looks really nice. So okay,
but
and
sorry to interrupt you again, but I just wanted to reply to one of our followers today, and I just wanted to say that we'll try to answer all of your questions in the final part of the webinar. You know, we just want to go a little bit faster because there are quite a few features to show you. So just bear with us for for the rest of the webinar, and I promise that in the final part, if you want to start typing in your questions, you are absolutely free to do that. But I'll just ask you to wait for the final part of the webinar, and I will answer all of your questions. Okay, sorry, Agatha.
Okay, so the final one is fixed menu, and it's also known as lateral menu. So the fixed menu was actually created by our CTO, Luigi Gigio. So we like to use this unique name to talk about our product. Fixed menu is definitely the best option if you have many pages to display. So I would strongly recommend it to avoid cramming too many pages on the main page. So it would be really confusing and distracting for the app users. Yes, and the next thing that I think you, Serena, will like really a lot. So the navigation menu also provides another great marketing opportunity. So
how so?
The content, I will show you how by choosing the fixed menu. Okay, save changes. Okay. Okay, so yes, the content of the first page on the list will be displayed when user open the app like this. So this is the first item.
All right.
The article, right. So, okay, I will switch to my stairs. Yes, So this way you can drive your user attention to something you really want to show, like special offers, new products, or latest news.
All right,
So
yeah, I understand what
yeah,
why you said that it's a great marketing opportunity. So because yeah, of course, if you have like a dedicated page for coupons or special offers, of course you can just use this page as the first home page for your tablet, so that when your tablet users log into your application, boom, the first thing that they will see will be the page that you actually want them to notice. So maybe some special offers. And I understand what you were saying, because the previous stats that we saw at the beginning of the webinar said that tablets were great for redeeming coupons or maybe purchasing items. So it's definitely a good idea. Yes.
yeah. Okay, so I have another takeaway tip for you guys today. And this is: the fixed menu is the best fit for driving users' attention to your app's core content. Direct, impressive, and to the point.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So okay, back to the back to the dashboard. So okay, what I think is worth mentioned is that you can also set different types of navigations for your subpages here.
Mm-hmm.
So of course the fixed menu only works on your home page. There is no fixed menu in your page's layout.
Right. So we have pretty much the same options that we have for the home page, except for the fixed menu, because it makes sense only for the home page, of course.
Yes, exactly. So okay, now I've chosen the stairs for my home layout, and pages layout is with the standard. Okay, so now I would like to show you something else, and this is our new features, and this is the chance to create gradients.
Oh, cool.
Go, yeah, really cool. So okay, I know this is a really tempting idea, but I think it should be used cautiously. So as a designer, I would like to point out that using too many bright and different colors is a bit risky. Yeah, it could make your app difficult to read or a bit too loud for your customers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So I will explain exactly what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, well, if you don't feel very confident with your design skills, you can just play it safe. So try to mix colors that belong to the same group, such like here. You can see the darker green and the lighter green.
Mm-hmm.
So do not mix yellow and pink, for an instance.
Yeah, that really wouldn't be a successful idea, would it?
Yes, I think it would look really flashy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, so if you set your gradients like this, it would make your app look smooth and nice. So okay, I will show you an example by using the app that I've created. As you can see, I already set my gradients for the home layout, but I didn't on the page's layout.
Okay, cool. So we can do it from scratch, right?
Yes, exactly. So, okay, let's start. This is the title bar. You can basically choose the color for your title bar. Gradient, title bar, background, or a cell background color. Mm-hmm. Here we have also the title color, which is on the top of your app. It's the okay, and the cell title color, which is the title of the page.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start, and by clicking on this little square here, you can choose the color that you want to use. And if you have the code, like I do, you might enter the color code here, which is, for me, the green.
So I can see that
Yeah.
pretty much the effect is almost done. So if you wanted, you could also just set the start color. Is that right?
yeah, you can choose the start color. You can choose the one color, flat color, two colors, or many colors. In fact, okay, I will set the title bar for the flat color, and you can do it just by erase this one.
Oh, right.
Like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So one marker means one color, flat color. Okay. For the home page layout, I have also the flat color, which is with two colors, which is the same. So okay. Let's choose the solid color for the title bar. And now let's do some gradient with the background. Okay. Let me enter this code again. Okay, and the other color here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a nice effect.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, you can change the gradient direction right here with this list. I will show you some examples.
Okay,
As you can
yeah.
see here in the preview, the gradient direction is changing.
Yes.
Okay, I will left it like here. Okay, so you can also add, I will do it right here in the home page. You can also add another marker right in the middle.
Okay.
So yeah, and now it makes your title bar looks like more 3D. So this is a really really cool effect, but I would not recommend it as a background.
Sure.
So yeah, remember, background looks the best when it's flat or with just a light gradient. And on the other hand, it might help you create a very nice effect on the buttons or like here on the title bar.
Sure, because it creates
So
this three-dimensional effect, so it almost like it's popping out of the page, like a button or a title bar.
yes, exactly. So don't worry if you want to delete the marker, because you can simply just click on this X and it's all done. So okay, I've set the title bar and the background. Cell background I will left white, and the cell title color is already black. So okay, let's save my changes and go back here. Okay, let's refresh it. Click. Okay, as you can see, this is exactly the same color
Yes, the
that
same
we
effect.
have on the the same effect.
And once again,
Okay.
I invite our users to test this application on their tablet, because of course we are, like Agatha said, we are working on a real-time preview, just like you have one for smartphone layout. So in a while you'll be able to test the layout also from the dashboard, but in the meantime you can use the web app, just like we are doing today in this webinar, or even better, I say, to get a real idea of what it really looks like, you can test the app on your tablet. And then you will see
Yeah.
clearly all these gradient effects and all that.
Yeah, I have another really good tip for from the designer.
Oh, good.
So yeah, these days flat design is very trendy. So I would recommend to use flat colors or really light gradients here. Remember. Remember that simplicity is always the best policy. So this is my another takeaway for you, and it's takeaway number 5. And this is avoid mixing bright colors and opt for color belonging to the same group for a flat design effect. Simplicity is always the best policy.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Like we often hear in this field, less is more. And there's another
Yeah,
thing, Agatha, I wanted to ask you. I was wondering about content. I'm very keen on content. So, do we
yeah.
offer any special features, to display content on tablets, or is it exactly the same thing as for smartphones?
No, this is completely different way of showing the content, and we have introduced a completely new way of displaying content on tablets, particularly feeds, and this is such as list of articles. So let me show you this. Okay, you've seen it already, but uh, this is similar to the Windows 8 grid, as you
Hmm.
can see,
Yeah,
and it works. Yeah, it works really well and also looks great. So, okay, let me show you the news. That is the pop-up window. So each article opens as a pop-up window like this.
okay.
So, yeah, why did we do this way? So, well, first of all, this way reading is much more comfortable, as you can see here.
Sure.
And yeah, the text isn't too stretched out to the sides, and it keeps its shape really well. And secondly, you can simply close the window by clicking on this X button, or anywhere on the screen. So as you can see, it's just like the anti-panic button.
Yeah, exactly. It works with me really well.
Yeah. So the last one, I think really important, is that user doesn't have to wait for this article list to reload again.
Sure.
And yes, I think that this is really time and nerve saving.
Yeah, absolutely. What about photos instead? Because I mean, tablets are great for reading news, but also they are great fun with photos, right?
Yes, right. So, okay, I specially created a gallery to show you this feature. So, let me go to the gallery. Okay, as you can see here, here are the list of the albums. Mm, and okay, let's go to the first album. Okay, so you have the list of the thumbnails, and thumbnails are displayed in a basic grid, and columns and rows adapt to the landscape and portrait view. So when you click on the thumbnail, the image will enlarge. Let me show you this. Okay, so to close it, just click on the space around it, which is not doesn't work in the web browser, but it
Okay.
works on your tablet. Yes.
Hmm.
Here you can use this back button. Okay. So you may view all the images by sliding to the sides like this
Hmm. Yeah, of course. I can
with your
imagine that
mouse.
on a tablet it gets much more fluid with
Yeah,
movement. Yeah, of course it's a bit tough
exactly.
to show that on a web app, but I'm sure you get the idea. And then of course for
And
each photo, do I have the chance to share it? And
yes, yes, you have. I can see
oh yeah, right.
this one.
Yeah,
Okay, yes,
you're
this
at the
is here.
bottom
Okay, yes, this is here, right? Because in the list of articles, in the article there was the share button
on
in the
top.
pop-up window. Yes, but you can use the navigation here. So you may also use the arrows to navigate to the next image,
Hmm.
and you can also use this button to share. So I have a tip for you. So remember that if you are creating a gallery using the feeds, if the photo is smaller than half the size of the cell, the photo won't be displayed because it would look blurry.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, in its place the default icon will be shown. So my advice for you is to upload photos that have no less than 800 pixels width or height. So this way it will fit to all devices.
Now, I understand as a as the average user, I understand that this might sound a little bit scary, but don't worry
Yeah,
because most of us today we take pictures using our smartphone devices, using mobile devices, so which are like the name says, they are smart devices. So
yeah,
the quality of pictures is usually very very high, so you won't have any problem in in this regard.
yeah, exactly. So, okay, I would like to point out that other features that there other features that cannot be customized from the tablet panel will be applied to the app as they have been set for smartphone. So please remember, always check with your app what your app looks like on the tablet before publishing your app. So if you made any changes in your app view with the smartphone,
Hmm.
like fonts,
That's
for
right.
example,
Yeah.
or icons,
Hmm.
you have to check the preview of the tablet to see how does it look like on the tablets.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, and as you say earlier, if you don't like to use the tablet layout in your web app, you can just simply disable this here in this option tab.
Oh, okay. So we offer the chance to actually choose whether you want to customize your layout for tablet or if you want to keep the same smartphone layout also on the web app when accessing from tablet, right? Which could
Right.
be a very good idea if you wish to be more consistent with your smartphone layout. I don't know, for branding reasons maybe. Or maybe, like we said, if you have created an amazing layout for smartphone, for example, you have specific fonts, you have specific icons designed for smartphone, and so you just don't want to be bothered with creating everything from scratch for tablets, for example, then in this case you
Yeah.
may want to choose to disable this option.
Yeah, and as you can see, the tablet layout doesn't show the app header.
Mm.
So if you choose your logo as a header, you might choose the smartphone preview because of for the branding reasons, just
Right.
like you said.
Could you please show me that in the preview because uh,
Okay, yeah. See, you don't have the
mm,
header here.
okay, right.
There is no header, right? Because if you really like to be consistent with your branding and you want to keep your logo as a header,
Sure.
I would recommend it to disable the tablet preview where is no header at all.
Right, so we can keep the smartphone layout and we can keep our company logo as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, okay, I'm sure that you will find these new features useful and fun. So I have the final tip and for you today, and this is the ABC rule, which is always be creative.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I agree with you,
Thank you,
yeah.
Serena.
So, but stay with us because, like I said,
Yeah,
they're gonna ask us some questions, and I'm definitely gonna need your help with some design questions. So,
yeah, I
um,
will help you with all my might.
okay. Well, I think that after we have optimized our application for tablets, after we have made such an effort to create such a beautiful design for tablet and for smartphone, so it's definitely time to start promoting the application. And that's the reason why I want to show you one of the most unique features provided by our platform, and it's the app landing page. So I'm going to switch to show you my screen. All right, so we are back in the dashboard. Okay, so we are back in the dashboard, and if you click on the modify, right, that's the advanced dashboard that we saw before with Agatha. And so we were in the look and feel section actually. Now I'm going to jump to the promote section. And right, I want to show you how to create an app landing page. So first of all, what's an app landing page? It's a standalone web page, and it's used to advertise your application and showcase its features to potential users. So it's like a mini website that is entirely dedicated to your application. So I want to show you how to set an app landing page from scratch. We're still going to use the same application that Agatha worked on beforehand. So we already have, well, a title. We set this general title, My Awesome App, and an icon. Of course, you can set a subtitle. So I'm going to call it UX Tips for Mobile Devices. And of course, you can also add a short description to encourage your users to explain your visitors why they should download, why they should use your application. Okay, as a description, I've just typed in tips and tricks to optimize your app for smartphone and tablet for an enhanced mobile experience. And here comes the best part. Well, as you can see, you can choose among several options. So if you have created an application dedicated to smartphone users, then you can just display a black or a white icon. But if you have created a specific layout for tablet and for smartphone, and of course you are proud of that, you want to boast that to your visitors, then you can opt for a white or a black combination of the two devices. Okay, and you can see that in the preview on the right hand side of the screen. And of course, it's a good idea also to upload an app preview image both for iPhone and for iPad, so that you can give your users the chance to get an idea of what they can expect by downloading this application. So I'm going to upload two preview images for smartphone and iPad. Just click on change. Okay, as you can imagine, for time reasons, I have already created some preview images and another one for tablet. You know, this is also a very good chance to point out that you actually designed two very different layouts for the two devices, because like we said in the first part of the webinar, different devices bring along different mindsets, different consumer needs. So as you can see, even from this tiny preview, there is quite a clear difference in the layout between the home page of your smartphone app and the home page of your tablet app. And we can also see the difference that Agatha was pointing out before a few minutes ago, that in the tablet application layout, you have no chance at the moment to display the header. So if you are really keen on displaying your company logo, then it might be a good idea to keep the smartphone layout for the moment. Okay, and then we can move to the features. So here you can choose the features that you want to display about your application, but first of all you have to pick the category to which your application belongs. So I say that today we made quite a a general app about design and user experience, so I just pick music and arts as a category, and you see here you can select all the features that you want to display, and for each one of these features we already provide you with a default description about this feature. At the moment, this description is not editable, but it will soon be. So at the moment, you can only show the description that we wrote for you. But if you want, in a little time, you will be able to write your own description. Okay, I'm going to select all of these features and save changes. And finally, the look and feel. This is extremely easy. Well, first of all, you can choose where you want to display your devices, whether on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. I'm going to go for the right-hand side, and you can also customize the background. So you can opt for a solid color, you can pick your own background color, or if you want, you can also upload your own photo or maybe use one of our ready-made photos that we offer. I think that I'm happy with this intense blue that we have here by default. And finally, the features layout. So you can choose how you want to arrange your features on one column, two columns, or maybe three. I'm going to go for one. And save changes. Right, so now you can take a look at what your mini website looks like by clicking on this blue button here, Preview in Browser, and there you go. It really looks like a mini website, doesn't it? So we have our preview here, and I guess that this is something very important because it conveys a clear message to your visitors. It says, watch out, my app has been optimized for two different devices. So you're going to experience two different experiences on the two devices. And then we have our icon, of course, our short description, the icons for social sharing to spread word about your application on the major social networks, and then the list of all the app features with a short description. And of course, at the moment we haven't published the application yet in the stores, and that's the reason why you only have one icon here, which is for the HTML5 web app. Basically, the web app that we have been using throughout this webinar to show you the tablet layout features. But if you do publish your application on the major stores, such as the Apple App Store and Google Play, of course you will see here appear two more icons, one for the Apple App Store and the other one for Google Play. So that by clicking on these icons, your users will be redirected to the appropriate store where they can download the application. Okay, so that was pretty much it. So now comes the fun part for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to type in your questions in live chat that you find on the right-hand side of your screen. And we'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Okay, I can see some questions popping up, so I just want to ask you to bear with me for a minute. I want to go through, I want to read carefully these questions, and I'll be back to answer these questions for you. Just bear with me for a minute to read through the question. Thanks. Okay, we are back here. Can you please confirm that you can hear well both of us, me and Agatha? Okay, very well. Okay, so Agatha, if you want to help me out with these questions, well, we have questions about whether these tablet features that we have showed together to our users are actually apply for portrait and landscape mode on the tablet. I guess it works. Is that right? Can you confirm that?
Yes. Yes, it works. The rows and columns are applied to the landscape or portrait view.
Okay, good. And then we have another question about actually trying to update these tablet features on the live app, but apparently it's taken some time. And I guess this might be the reason why actually we are still dealing with the with Apple Store to approve all the changes that we have applied to our dashboard and to our preview app. So this may be the reason why it's going to take some time. As for the app for Android, the update will be automatic. So if you change something from the dashboard, then it will be immediately visible on the live app. But when it comes to Apple, as you imagine, because I'm sure that you have already experienced all the restraints provided by the Apple App Store, it's taking us some time. But of course, it will be possible to do that, because that's the reason why we did that, to not just to enjoy these features in a preview, but to actually push these changes to your final users. Is that correct? Have you got any updates for us about the Apple App Store?
No, unfortunately not. No, but I think we will release some answers soon.
Okay, right. And I have another question about the, well, one of the features to add to our wish list, and it's the possibility to pinch and zoom text on the application. This is not the first time that we receive such a request, and I strongly recommend that you take a look at our feedback room. I'm going to show you the link in a second, where you can actually post you probably are already familiar with that.
Baza wirusów programu Avast została zaktualizowana.
Okay, that's our feedback room. So this is where you can post your feedback, and also you can post your wished features. So as you can see, there are already a few comments, and you can also vote. Maybe the first thing that I suggest that you might do is to check whether there is some other users who have already published this type of request, and if so, all you have to do is just maybe add a content if you want to add some you know, some specifications about this project, and vote for it, because the most voted topic will be the features that we will implement first. Okay, and Agatha, then we have another question that I guess you can help us with, and it's about actually the very nice icons that we have used for this for today's webinar. Can you tell us more about these icons, where they come from?
Yes, they are completely free. So yes, you can find it by googling the words flat icons with long shadow flat icons, and I think that I will see it's on the web deposit. Web designer depot.
But it's definitely something that I can add to my email, in which you will receive the link to the recording. So
yes,
check your email,
yes,
and you will find the link to the recording of this webinar, and also the link where you can find these beautiful icons that we used for today's webinar.
yes, exactly. And this is the example of the beautiful flat design that I was mentioned earlier.
All right. Okay, so if you haven't got any further questions, then I'd like just to close this webinar, showing you a few contact details to get in touch with us. So like I said, the hashtag for today's webinar is UX tips for apps. You can also keep using this hashtag for the future if you want to get in touch with us with specific regards to some design topic on our Twitter profile, AppsBuilder. And you can also take a look at our support forum where you can find step-by-step instructions on how to use our platform and how to perform specific tasks on AppsBuilder. And of course, I always recommend that you take a look at our official blog, blog.appsbuilder.com, where you can find plenty of resources such as ebooks, infographics, white papers, and video. They're coming up, and case studies as well. And you can, of course, get an idea what we are working on at the moment. You can find out more about our latest releases, and in general, you can find out more about the latest trends in the mobile industry. And of course, we are always very happy to hear from you, so feel free to drop us an email using this email address, support@appsbuilder.com, and check out our YouTube channel where you can find this webinar as of tomorrow morning and many other past webinars that we previously recorded. Okay, so Agatha, thank you very much for sharing your expertise with us today. I appreciate it very much, and I understand that it was probably a bit tough for your throat, but you did a great job. Thank you very much. And
thank you for the invitation.
And thank you all of you for joining us today. I hope that you found this webinar useful. And I look forward to seeing you at our upcoming webinars. So enjoy the rest of your day and see you at our next webinar. Bye.
Bye-bye.